If you're an up-and-coming industrial designer trying your best to improve your design sketching, well, designers, I'm going to be showing you how. Make sure to watch this video multiple times, guys, because I'll be going very fast. Designers, got your Design Life sketchbooks ready? Let's do it. Sketching, SolidWorks, rendering, prototyping, presentations. Designers, I'm going to be taking you along the full industrial design process by designing a fan from start to finish and taking you guys along with me. We talked about the things that we need to know before we begin designing any product. By now, we are ready to begin our sketching phase. Before we jump into it, there's something very important that I'm gonna need to discuss with you guys. Industrial design sketching. You guys ready? Let's go. I didn't really want to make this video, to be honest with you guys. There are so many great videos already out there about how to sketch like an industrial designer. Some of these people I've really looked up to when I was first learning how to sketch and improve my sketches. People like Sangwon and Scott Robertson and Spencer Nugent. I really followed these people, but I gave it a lot of thought and I decided if I were to do a great job making this video, maybe it would turn into one of those videos that would really benefit a young Jimmy that's coming up right now. So guys, industrial design sketching is a major topic and everybody wants to get better. Sketching has been a part of me ever since I was a young kid. It is literally my first hobby, and I gotta tell you guys, I am not the best in the world at it, but since I've been doing it for a while now, I think I'm pretty competent. I would be the first to admit to you guys, even if you're a great sketcher, doesn't mean that every single one of your sketches will turn out great. Stop for a while and you'll feel rusty when you return. Even the best sketchers fall short when drawing things that they're not used to. Those that sketch cars may be bad at sketching products. Those that sketch products may be bad at sketching humans. The skills of sketching and the familiarity of the objects you're sketching go hand in hand when creating good sketches. Designers have a very unique way of sketching, different than what you would usually see from an animator or a traditional artist. Design sketching is specifically designed to be able to sketch products very efficiently and quickly. In this video, I will reveal to you how I sketch my product designs, and by the end of it, I will tell you guys how sketching falls within the industrial design process. Alright, first, the tool. You can sketch with whatever you want, but really try mastering sketching with a pen. Pens can be found almost anywhere, and there's no need for constant worrying about sharpening. My favorites are Bic pens and high-tech C pens. We sketch in orthographic views or perspective views. It's either one or the other. Orthographic is pretty much straight on views, not at an angle, not tipped down, straight on. Front, the side, the top. We will use these orthographic views to begin ideating any products. We call this thumbnails. They allow us to explore a lot of different ideas in a short amount of time. Orthographic views are the purest angles to show your designs. And next is perspective. Yes, perspective, guys. These are angle shots. These are three-quarter shots. These are the hero shots that we want to be sketching, right? As a designer, we want to be sketching in perspective and we want to do it well. The idea is to simulate on paper why objects look smaller when they're further away. So we want to simulate this effect on 2D. And perspective has an endless amount of rules. There's so much that goes into it and you could really geek out about it. But for this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the most important rules of perspective that you should never break. Yeah. Yeah. Rule 1, parallel lines should always converge. I'm essentially showing you 2-point perspective. Perspective is drawing anything in space as we see it. If we draw a square, it looks like this. If we draw a square in perspective, it looks like this. These lines must look like they converge into a single point. A cube is simply just a square that is in 3 dimensions, so all we do is we extrude it by drawing these vertical lines at each corner. Then to finish it off, all we do is draw in the top, and yes, these lines have to converge just like the bottom. Alright designers, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply what we just learned by sketching a real world example of a product. The reason why I have you guys sketch a box is because as we master drawing a box or a cube, we're gonna be able to sketch a lot of different products out there based around this shape. Designers love sketching toasters, and you guys can see that this toaster is based off of that square cube shape. So if we're able to master drawing a box, then we could literally almost master sketching any product with this simple shape by just adding in these details, and booyah, we got our product. I'm gonna go ahead and sketch the orthographic views and do something like this. This is gonna be a straight on side view of the toaster oven. I'm gonna go ahead, drop in the handle like that. I'm gonna go ahead, draw in the top. The toast would literally be coming out like, just like that. Draw this in perspective view. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my perspective lines as we talked about before, by going in, laying down one there. That'll be for the far end. This was my front view, and then my side view would be right there. So the reason why I drew these lines at this angle is because I'm kind of envisioning how the end sketch is going to look like, and with that I want to be able to show some of the top portion of the toaster, because the top part is where the toast comes out, so I kind of want to have a more tipped down view of that. So I'm going to keep that in mind. If we draw in the rear perspective line, it should look something like that. As you guys can see, the taper is there, that convergence like we talked about, right? So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and draw in the far side. So from this line and this line, it looks like they converge this way, as these two lines look like it converges that way, okay? Create that convergence by drawing in the top, boom, and right there. So now that I got the full form, the cube down, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down some of the details. As I go ahead and design it, usually I like to add a little bit of curve to these lines. It creates kind of more of a full, slight curvy surface, product pop a little bit better. And as I go ahead and sketch this, I'm going to turn the paper. It makes it a lot easier for me to lay down these lines. Usually we have a very comfortable way where we like to lay down lines, and I like to push away from me just like that. I start here, push away, start here, push away. It's hard for me to sketch like this where I'm sketching towards my body or where I'm sketching the opposite direction. I really like to sketch like this. That's how I lay down a best line. What I really like to do when I'm sketching is lay down center lines. So center lines allow me to kind of see how I start dividing things up. There's a lot of rules that go to it, but I'm teaching you guys how I sketch. I'm not teaching you guys how anybody else sketches. And the way that I like to do it is I literally just eyeball everything and I go based off of my gut feeling. You're not thinking about technical rules all the time. You just think what is gonna look the best, what is gonna look right. I'm gonna go ahead and eyeball the center line, and I think that it's about right here. Lay down my center line on the side there, and about right here. Again, guys, this side looks like it's a little shorter because it's foreshortening away. It's further away from us, so it looks shorter, even though this and this is actually the same, just like here, where the center line is right here. The center line is right here just because of the foreshortening. We want to have that effect so that it looks like things are going away. I am going to draw in that chamfer that I had by doing something like this, drawing in that front, and boom, Drawing in that chamfer on that far side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and sketch in the slots. And since I drew in this center line right here, that's really gonna help me by dividing up the distance between these slots. I'm gonna offset the line, boom, offset that line, boom. Offset usually just means I'm moving that center line a little slightly to that direction and little slightly to that direction. Boom, lay down the far end, lay down that far end. And then now I'm just gonna go ahead and connect the slots together. Draw that perspective line. It's gonna look like that and like that. So then I am gonna go like that. Add some design into there because you don't want to be like an engineer sketch where everything, you know, is working out the way it should. You want to add a little bit of extra surfacing. Sketch in the lever now by laying down the slot. So the slot is what the lever extrudes out of. It's a hole. It's kind of like a concave that goes in. So then that means that this is a wall. Go ahead and lay down that corner line. Lay down my perspective line for the top of the lever. And then lay down that perspective line for the end of the lever. Drop it down for the thickness of the lever. Drop down the other side for that thickness. And then I'm going to follow that back there. And perhaps the thickness of the lever will continue down here. I know I'm going really fast, guys, but since this is a video, definitely go ahead and watch it as many times as you need to. This is what you can draw by just learning how to master sketching a cube. Rule number 2, let's talk about ellipses. This is an ellipse, not this, not this, this. Ellipses are circles in perspective. Ellipses can range from very thick to very thin depending on the angle you choose.